Chelsea and Real Madrid have difficulty in real time. Please take your seat. Let me have your comment on this and the aftermath of their losses. In the game against Newcastle, Chelsea went in with the same formation and tactics, though with which they had won their previous matches. But Enzo Maresca told us he prepares into matches depending on the threat the opposition carries. Knowing that Newcastle carries a very strong and threatening midfield of Harvey Barnes, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali, you don't go into the match with a single midfielder in Lavia. I say so because when you're playing a midfield two of Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez, you know Enzo only carries threat when in attacking phase, but defensively he's kind of zero. But Enzo did this and stuck Moises Caicedo to the right back and had Reece James at the bench. How could you do this? And so throughout the first half, it was all Newcastle and nothing kind of Chelsea. And unfortunately, we had his friend Robert Sanchez in goal post, and in almost every goal kick, this guy was spraying kicks right onto the back line of Newcastle. And in matter of 1-2 touches, the ball was always back to Chelsea's 18-yard box. And it mounted pressure upon pressure on Chelsea throughout the whole first half. In fact, it was a game in which Chelsea lost almost every single contest in midfield. Kaiketsi Enzo Maresca. And I think this man is actually learning on the job. And I've not got much problem with him because he's apparently a young coach. My only issue with Maresca is on the fact that he's got to learn how to do in-game management before halftime. You know, after the first half, he could do the necessary changes after he had visited the players in the dressing room. But why could you not do this at the 10th, the 15th minute you realized the team was suffering? This is what we expect of a big coach, and the fact that he's a young coach does not restrict him. You have everything on you, everything at your hand, whether we lose or we win. It is your name we mention, and so you do the necessary things and never to push them until first half or halftime before you could do changes. Apparently, it was one of those goal kicks Sanchez kept spraying around that led Nicolas Jackson into a situation which eventually got him a red card and got him out of the game. I think though he had a red card, but Chelsea in the second half did so well. And Sanchez, though, I've always had a feeling his agent probably bribed Enzo Maresca during the preseason. Other than that, you cannot read any meaning into why they should let Petrovic join League One side Strasbourg and then stick to this geezer in the Premier League. It's quite ununderstandable. You know, some of us attach so much emotions when talking about refereeing in the Premier League. You know, this situation with Jackson, we had a similar one in a game between Chelsea and Tottenham, where Kulusevski obviously fouled Romeo Lavia in a very similar manner, but not even a yellow card was issued. It's what it is, man. Now, it's kind of Chelsea have it all in their hands. It's up to them to win their matches because there's so much unpredictability in the Premier League. If you can have the likes of Leicester and Southampton picking points against big fish, it's just a matter of you taking your matches serious. Make sure you win your matches between Manchester United and Everton. And there you are. The issue with top 4 or 5 becomes a problem no more. In the Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid losing 4-3 to FC Barcelona was never a news because it was the 4th time the Madrid Giants had fallen to FC Barcelona. In the match, there were so much scoring opportunities that fell to both sides owing to their shaky defense. But in my opinion, if Real Madrid, most especially Kylian Mbappe, had checked his runs, knowing the fact that the major trap from FC Barcelona is their offside traps, they could have drawn the match and even probably won it. The major talking point in recent times during and after the game has been Rodrigo, as he's gained not even a single minute in Madrid's last 2 games. Now, with top clubs like Chelsea and Manchester City sniffing around with eagerness to have the signature of the youngster, you might think this is probably the best time for Rodrigo to say goodbye to the Spanish giant. On the other side, you might also think that now that Xabi Alonso is set to join Real Madrid, it might probably be another opportunity, a second chance for Rodrigo to grab or make a statement in Real Madrid. And so probably there is worth a wait. At Ligue 1 in France, the greatest contender for this year's Ballon d'Or in Musa Dembele wins Player of the Season. Kudos, Dembele. That is a well-deserving accolade. Finally, Romeo Lavia has this for all Chelsea fans, and I'm fully in support because I think they are good enough. The squad is strong enough to win the 2 matches left now that we don't have much issues with injury. Please remember to turn on notification after subscription so we all can link up here in next conversation. I can be thankful enough.